Welcome to another iteration of the Green Light Pod. I know my voice is fucked up.
Oh, my God.
You sound great, bro.
Okay. We are at the Wynn Sportsbook, one of my favorite places on the planet. And we've been staying at the Wynn all week. I want to shout out the great folks at the Wynn for putting me and my team up.
Cheers, Wynn.
You know, the rooms are beautiful. The sportsbook's great. All the restaurants. I regret leaving here at all this week.
Yeah, me too. I just don't want to leave.
We should have just stayed on property. But we had media center stuff to do. We had something we were doing for Toyota, which was awesome. Every day we were in front of that Tacoma having guests cycle in and out. Nate, who's your favorite?
For what?
Oh, my God, a guest. Pew, pew.
Oh,
good morning.
oh.
Pew, pew. Same clothes on last night. Pew, pew.
Yeah, long stretched out night. But it's actually even from last night. It's from 4 hours ago, guys. Like, don't make it seem like I'm just wearing like
it's
this.
not like 24 hours later.
This outfit's only been on for like 12
it's 11
hours
a.m.
max.
It's always tough when you're at the casino and you go to I went to the cashier and I was like, thanks, have a great night. And they're like, yeah, have a good morning. I was like, oh, fuck. It's like 5:30, 6 a.m.
I love that. My favorite thing in Vegas is your last night when you get in your room and, you know, you're looking at the strip and it's maybe the sun's coming up a little bit and you're like, okay, I made it.
We did it.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm just going to get a nap and I'm going to back out of here with my tail between my legs and we'll go home.
No, we did good this week, Chris. We had some good guests. You were asking Nate who his favorite is. Let me tell you my favorite, bro. Puka Nakua.
Oh,
Amazing dude.
He's amazing.
We had such a good interview with him, and he like, we've never met him, you know. Like, first time meeting him.
Yeah.
He, like, came on, like, dapped us up, like, great energy.
Yeah, great energy.
Super charismatic guy, and then, like, really fucking smart, too.
great energy. We could use his energy
Seriously.
on this set right now.
I need him. Where you at, bro?
Puga.
Yeah. What if he just, like, popped up?
Oh, that's what we need.
He just, like, he's like, hey,
Like a
what's up,
Puga
boys?
signal, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy's that cool.
Njoku.
That
interview.
Njoku.
I like that interview, and I like the pettiness of him poking the bear a little bit at shouting out his teammate getting the defensive player of the year. So that was a good interview, and I had fun with that.
Yeah.
I liked your sunglasses last night.
Mine?
Yeah, I sent a picture to the kids. I FaceTimed the kids in the morning when I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. But, you know, in Vegas, if we're out late like last night, I get back up, I'll wait till about 3:30, 4 in the morning and FaceTime my wife because all three of my kids are awake. So, you know, like, they're like, Dad, you sound a little funny. You look a little haggard, but I got to talk to him.
Waylon said you looked haggard, huh?
And not in those words. I showed him the picture of you two.
Was it good?
Well, I sent it through, and Waylon's like, and Meg's like, sunglasses at night, huh, guys?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I went to U2 at the Sphere on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just trying to do like a Bono thing, you know?
Oh, you're inspired,
yeah, Bono
bro.
is so cool, and he's up there, and he's
This
singing.
fucking picture's unbelievable. Your fit is unbelievable.
I'm just trying to, let me see. I'm
That's it.
just trying to be like Bono, man.
How about this? Almost had a panic attack in the room last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Get back to the room, and those mushrooms are still hitting, and I am trying to take off my VIP band that you have on right there.
I can't get it off.
And I pulled it the wrong way. And I was cutting the circulation off on my wrist. Bro, all I had in there to try to get it off was the
bottle opener?
No, was a knife from room service that was just filled with chocolate cake all over it. So,
Chocolate cake
bro,
room
I'm
service.
in my room getting chocolate cake all over my wrist, scared I'm about to cut my wrist with this thing cutting my circulation off, bro.
That's unbelievable.
And I bugged out for like a good 3 or 4 minutes until I finally was able to saw it off with this butter knife.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, dude.
So don't pull that the wrong way.
Yeah, no. Does anybody have some scissors? I mean,
Just nod off.
let me
dude.
just cut this right now.
Why are those so hard to take off?
By the way, we're in the sports book, and I have not gambled a dime of my own money here.
Sounds like you're
Yet
ready
this
to
week.
go,
Is
man.
that a win? That's a Now, I took some of my friends' money.
I was just about to say what.
What do you mean? Where, what? I played blackjack like twice. Yeah, you saw it last night.
I don't know if I would call that blackjack playing blackjack.
Well,
I want to say
whatever.
as a whole, I am very, very disappointed with the knowledge of
Yeah.
table games by the Green Light Committee.
Just generally?
Whoa. I didn't get the bet with Beau.
Fact and the King, though.
Exactly.
How do you think I feel when you don't bet sides on football games? You actually don't bet spreads.
I guess.
Yeah, it's
But
like the equivalent.
It's not the same thing as hitting when the dealer has 12
Bro,
through 16.
Who gives a fuck about the rules? Dude, I hit in front of like all those guys, Bert Kreischer and those guys on 14, and there was like a gasp. They were like, idiot.
I've heard this story from 5
selfish
different
gambler.
people, bro.
Hey.
Selfish gambler you are.
I don't get, bro,
Bro,
selfish.
the
To
point of
necessitate
blackjack-
knowing the rules. I don't even know the
point
rules
of
for you or
blackjack
me.
Is you're supposed to win as a table.
Oh, don't care.
You create a code and you stick to it and you do everything you can. And the
Don't
dealer,
care.
the dealer
Don't-
wants you to win.
Don't invite me over to play
Dan
this
Campbell in
game.
it. Dan Campbell.
I'm
in
Dan
it.
Campbell. I'm
Yes.
going for it. I'm going for it. Hit. And then last night, I was in there with Scott. It was a Scott Van Pelt, Ryan, Steve, and they were like, come play blackjack. They treat me kind of like they're like, I call them uncles. You know, so they're like, come on, we got some money for you. You know, Uncle Ryan gives me a couple chips. I'm like, let me burn through this. I'm kind of toasted. It's a 6 and an ace, and I go, I'm good.
No, you don't go. I'm good. You
No,
go
I know.
like-
I
you go-
understand now.
You go like
No, I didn't
this.
say that. I know you do this. I watch you motherfuckers. Yeah, you do this.
No,
cool.
you gave the safe signal. They were laughing at you.
I go, I'm safe.
They were like, this isn't baseball.
Well, you know, Nick, he was a nice guy, but he's walking around with a bunch of people's money this morning.
Yeah,
Back in the
for
high limit room.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't know the rules of table games, really. You can only have so many vices.
That's
I got a
true.
vice chart.
I don't
It's
have
like,
any.
You know?
I'm
yeah,
perfect.
please.
I'm an angel. Yeah, that's not a vice. It's a hobby.
It's a little mystery for you. What did I say to Beau? So what else should we talk about here besides the big game?
I mean, you don't want to talk about the big game.
No, besides. I said we'll save that for a little bit.
Yeah.
We're on the clock. You got us for an hour.
Let's talk
or
about
more.
Tyga in the club last night.
What? Who's that?
You guys are assholes.
What,
yeah.
no, what, there was a tiger in the club?
There's a tiger in the club, bro.
Rack City, bitch. Rack City,
That's
bitch.
that guy?
Yes.
Rack City is Tiger.
Yes. Don't act like you don't know who Tiger
No,
is.
the only reason I know he dates famous brunettes,
Young Money.
right?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Who's the most famous person you saw so far this week besides Jason Kelsey?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
that is a good question.
Oh, I know. Stephen A. Smith. I didn't talk to him.
Oh, Dion.
We walked by a
Dion.
couple times. Dion,
Lawrence Taylor.
LT.
Yeah.
LT still looks like he kicked my ass.
Speaking of,
Terry
Nate,
Crews.
Nate introduced
Oh, really?
us to Brian Urlacher.
Yeah,
He still
yeah.
looks like he could fucking go out there and come downhill, man.
Urlacher could still play Tampa 2
Yeah,
right now.
Only difference is now he's got a full head of hair, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It means he's going to bring it even
You
extra
know what's
hard.
funny? I told my mom I see Urlacher. You know what she said? She was like, "Did he go back bald yet? He looked better bald." I don't know about
It
that.
was like
hair.
kind of iconic, honestly.
And I was just like,
I think the guy
I was
looks
like, "Mom, let
great.
him live. Like,
bald
if
with a
you
barbed
want-
wire tattoo is that's a classic fucking look, you know?
Yeah,
I think
I
the guy
love it.
looks great, man.
great
He's
teammate.
about
Oh,
the
you know what I
size
saw
of a
last
DN.
night too, Chris?
What? Who?
Oh, the best vibe is being drunk and running into old teammates. We ran into Jake McGee from UVA, which was great. But I ran into Ahmad Bradshaw last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. so-
Where?
in the casino.
No way.
Yeah. So like sitting down playing. Played at New York with him. That guy was a dog. Great running back. Great person. Great teammate.
Awesome dude.
And it's always cool running into guys you haven't seen for a long time. Oh, and then last night.
We saw Shady for a while.
Bro,
I don't know. Were you with us?
I was drunk and I was trying to remember the guy who ran into me. I was a best man with him and one of my best friend's weddings. Like he's one of my friends from high school.
You ran into another co-best man.
Yes, that I didn't know before this wedding. That was the kid we talked to at like 4 a.m. in the hallway.
Who do you think it really is?
What do you mean?
Who's the best man?
Oh,
There can only be
there's a
one.
bunch?
No, but
Yeah.
over time, who's seen more of the guy?
What do you mean?
Like
you're-
since the wedding, who's been the best man?
I'm sorry, not best. Groomsmen. We were groomsmen together. Not the best men.
Yeah.
Neither of us were the best men. We were groomsmen. But I was trying
that
to
seems like an important detail. He's trying to get best man credits here.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I'm not. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing.
No, it is. It is. It's just a big production for somebody in their 20s that they're going to regret spending money on in 10 years.
Ooh. That's why I got to get married in Vegas, baby. Kind of surprised I didn't get married.
Elvis costumes.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do our 10-year here and like renew our vows and do the Elvis costume thing. But we had a third kid, and then everything stops, and all your hopes and dreams go up in flames.
You just gotta come back in 2 years, and she'll be the flower girl.
Oh, highlight of my week. My FaceTimes, my 3:30 a.m. FaceTimes. I told you this. I probably told you this, but people at home, you know, Meg, she loves that I'm having a good time, but she's got 3 kids to herself right now. And so maybe the person that's not excited to see me at 7:30 in the morning, Meg picks up the phone. She got June in her arms, 7-month-old baby. Hasn't said her first words yet. Dad's on the road. Just got out of Hakkasan. It's 4 a.m. He's 38. Okay. She hasn't said a word. She starts saying dad the other morning.
Hey.
Dad. I'm like, Meg, you hear that? She's like, no, I don't think that's dad. I'm like, you're hating, dude.
That's hate. That's hate.
That's hate.
That's hate.
So then I kept calling. I called, yesterday I called and she kept dad. This morning, dad. I said, I'm coming home. So tonight, getting on a plane, we're going back to Virginia. This has been a great week. We're getting out of the way before the game starts. Okay.
CX99 in the chat said this looks like Hangover Part 4, the Electric Boogaloo.
It's not wrong. That's how I'm feeling right now.
I think it could be the best movie in the series.
Yeah.
Might be.
Bradley Cooper. I'll be
I
Zach
don't know if that's an
Galifianakis.
insult.
No, that's a compliment.
Someone also said that Dash looks like he's about to open a mega church.
Were you about to make him Mike Tyson or
Hallelujah.
That was going.
something? That's just like you're just
You didn't let me get there.
No. Oh, I did. I sat and watched 7 seconds. I didn't like the second Hangover. Was that in Thailand?
Thailand.
What
Bangkok.
happens in Thailand stays in Thailand. And, yeah, that movie included should have
Have you
stayed
been
in
to Thailand?
Huh?
Have you been to Thailand
No.
before? No.
No.
Why'd you say it like that?
What, the movie? Or
No, you
what
were just
happened?
like, no.
Yeah, I just, it's a long way.
I feel you.
You know, if I was
I
going to
realize that about you. So what's your max, ideal max travel? If you're going, you want to go somewhere really nice. What's the most?
For how long? Like, where is it?
I mean, is it the flight
Am
or
I with my family? Is it me?
But what's the max? I mean,
It's
any
everything.
situation.
It's everything. It's packing. Oh, don't forget this. Don't forget your medication. Don't forget your contact lenses. I'll get to Sao Paulo next year for the fucking Eagles. I'll forget my contact lenses. I'll be walking around
You'll be
legally
fine,
blind
bro.
or
Are
something
you
like
saying
that.
we're going to the game, Chris? Is that what I'm
No.
hearing out of you? Is that a commitment?
No.
We gotta go, bro.
We gotta
No.
go.
Chris is scared of the flight. I think
No.
I'm scared of the flight,
I'm not
too.
scared of the flight. I don't want to spend 10 hours in a plane.
it's 8.
Bro, that's 10.
It's 8.
That's 10.
You
Hey, just double hop it.
you've been to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you fly to Tampa
Chill.
first.
Bro,
Chill.
week 1. Hey.
Chill.
Oh, yeah. We're just going to go to Brazil midweek. Come home after the game.
It's not midweek,
It'll
it's
be
on Friday.
awesome. Nobody else has 3 kids that's going to Brazil but me. And then, oh, yeah, they're going to be 5 shows I got to do that week for Greenlight. Figure it out, Chris. Fuck you guys. I'm not going to Brazil. I know how this movie goes. And you guys are all like,
Boo.
you ready for the open?
I'll be there,
I'm
Chris.
like, no, I'm not doing it.
Boo.
I'm not doing it unless
Yes, unless
we take motorcycles all the way through Central America.
I'm in.
Oh, you're not doing it?
I'm out.
I'm in.
You don't like travel?
I'm out.
That reason I'm out.
I'm out.
For that reason, I'm out.
I'm in. I want a moped, though, but I'm in.
No, I like traveling. I do. But it's got to be, I don't know, ever since my kids came along, it's like, fuck, you're always thinking
Yeah.
about getting back home. So if I was 23 again and I had like 2-3 years without football, I'd have traveled all over the world. But now I'm 38, and I just know I'm going to die not having gone to Thailand and places like that.
So you're saying there's a chance for Brazil?
No.
I feel optimistic about it, Nate.
I don't know what you guys would have to do to get me to go to Brazil. Probably a lot of money.
Chris, I climbed a mountain for you, bro. You
that's cool. You didn't climb a mountain for me. You had fucked up. You were climbing it for villagers and people in East Africa who do not have access to clean water. But thank you for climbing it for me.
But also for you.
Also for you.
But also for you.
Climbed a mountain for me. Why can't you go to Sao Paulo and get drunk for 4 days and come home and have to deal with your family?
Pick them up. Bring them.
Yeah, family trip.
Yeah, bring them all, right?
Bring them all.
Yeah,
Easy.
so why don't you call my kids and invite them? Yeah.
Easy solution.
All right.
Are we going to talk about any football?
We're going to bring them to
Chris?
the nightclub, too. Let's talk about football.
Let's talk about football.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I heard there's a game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, like, ask me something, bro, you know?
Well, I think that you think the Chiefs are going to win, right?
Yes.
What other prop bet? Have you actually bet on the game? Have you placed bets? I mean, we're in the sports book. It's only natural to talk about the Super Bowl and gambling.
Yeah, for
on
sure.
It, you know?
I placed a giant bet on the Chiefs.
There you go.
And teaser, which, of course, is, you know, a dumb decision. But and I know I had a New Year's resolution, but it's one more game.
One more game. It's the last one, man.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs in the over 40.5, and then I got the Chiefs. I forget where I bought them, honestly, because it feels like a burn the ships move. I don't care about covering. They got to win. I'm just treating it like, I think it was
money line.
1.5, bought up to 2, I think.
There you go.
Whatever. So, you still feeling Niners?
I want the Niners to win. I think the Chiefs are going to win, though. If that makes any sense. You know?
It's 11:20. I feel like Bill Burr in Philly at the end of his set. I'm just going to go another 40 minutes.
Yeah.
No script.
We got a question. We got a question in the chat. It says, "I don't understand this week before the Super Bowl. It seems a ton of media and ex-players travel. Are there NFL organized events? A lot of parties. Do all the folks actually go to the game?"
So explain the we to.
Yeah, a lot of people actually don't go to the game. It's
What's the guy's name or gal?
Gunter.
Hey, Gunter. One word. Where's the camera? Money.
Yes.
That's what makes this city go round.
Yes.
It's funny. My wife was walking through here the other night with me before she went home to take care of our 3 kids. She was like, the flowers at the Wynn are incredible.
Yeah.
I'm like, she said they come through at like 3 a.m, like every day, and like reply.
Fresh.
I never seen them once do it.
Yeah.
And I'm up.
Swap them out.
But I'm like, everything costs money here. Everything's so expensive. Everything's so gorgeous. Well, that's because of people like us coming in here and trying our hand against the Wynn Sportsbook and such. It's a great time.
Or hitting on
You might not
12s and
win.
13s and 14s.
There's a lot of money in Vegas anyways, but then when you add the Super Bowl, it's just every night a party. Every party you see, somebody made like $100K
Yeah.
to DJ that party, or like $1 million to show up at that party.
Tiger
like
definitely got paid a good amount to perform last night.
How much you think?
I was thinking about it. Probably, I would say. That's what I like. It was a long set, and I was like, yo, probably like $500,000, like $250 to $500,000.
He was performing?
Yeah, on stage. Like he did like a full set.
Dude, when I walk into a club and they have like they might as well not pay the guy, because a guy like me didn't even know he was there. Right?
It happened.
Did you see Tiger?
Oh, I loved him. I saw him. I was like, big dog.
Really? You dapped him up?
Big Boy in Green Day.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
Did you meet Big Boy?
I wish. But he was actually really good. So we went to a Madden party. To answer Gunner's question.
Yeah, it's money.
There's a bunch of events.
Opportunities.
Some of them are sponsored by the NFL, the NFLPA, different organizations, things like that. But you just come in before the game itself to do media, catch up with teammates. There are also NFL-sanctioned events, like the Commissioner's Party was last night, NFL Honors.
Your buddy.
Different things of that nature. My buddy Raj.
The commish.
He's my best bud, man.
They saw you two together.
And
Yeah.
most likely for the
was fun.
ex-players.
Hey, how did you set that up, getting to see you two with you and Roger?
So this is what happened, Chris. Kels said, hey, I got an extra ticket. Kylie doesn't want to go to U2 in the Sphere. Do you want to go? And I said, yeah, sure do.
So he's Goodell's buddy.
No, well, like, I didn't realize we were in a box. I thought it was us on the floor, right? So I got pretty fucked up, okay? U2 in the Sphere, you got to do it. I walk into the box, don't know anybody, fancy box. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I really made a mistake. I did not know what I was doing. I don't know anyone here, feeling very uncomfortable. Who walks in the door but your beautiful mom?
Yep.
And I talked to her. She made me feel right at home. And then right behind her coming in, Roger Goodell. And so, yeah, it was just the three of us had a nice little conversation with Roger.
Isn't that nice?
My best buddy. I didn't get an invite.
Did you talk about rules? Did you talk about fumbling out of the end zone?
No, I should have.
You
It would have been a
definitely
perfect
should've.
opportunity for that. We talked about the game in Brazil, though, Chris.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Is he going to fly me down on his plane?
I'll shoot him a text after the show and see what he says.
There's no way. I don't even know where to find weed in Brazil.
Hey, this is probably just grown in the ditch, man.
Is it good?
Look, when
Probably
Reed
not.
is advocating,
Brazil is sick.
Yeah, I bet it is.
It is sick. Look, Chris is like, fuck that.
I'm not going to Brazil. I bet it's awesome. I bet it's too awesome to want to leave. I don't want to go somewhere like that where I'm like, I don't want to leave.
You know what we should
And I gotta
do?
go back and it's fucking September 5th.
You know what
And
we
I
should
gotta-
do?
Like, you know.
From now until Brazil, we should put in like every other day, like my dollar long shot parlays. And if we hit one for like 70 to 80 bands, like we go to Brazil.
Private. What do you mean? Wait, you're saying if we win a parlay, I got to go to Brazil?
I like that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No. If you buy a private jet and we fly into Brazil and there's a lot of money there and there's a guy on the beach that's got pre-rolled J's and he just walks up to the tarmac. Is that how it is there?
100%.
Okay.
That can be arranged.
All right. And a nice hotel, and the Eagles win. Because you didn't even think about the fact that you go down there and the Eagles will lose.
Go Birds!
You have a bunch of pissed off Philly people in the streets of Sao Paulo getting beat up by MMA guys.
No, we're out right
You see
after
what
the
I'm saying?
game, bro. We're out right after the
Is that
game,
a
though.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu reference?
Yo, yes.
Okay.
Think about how dangerous that trip is, low key, for Philly fans.
No, you know what we got to do? We got to infiltrate. I'm gonna hit Dom up, and he's gonna be like,
Bro,
Chris,
Dom
come
can't
out
do anything
there.
against all those jiu-jitsu moves. Like, there's
come
going to be
out
Philly
there.
people down there. I can't do the voice, the Delco voice.
I'm good on that right now.
They're gonna, like, we might lose the game, and then they're going to be at bars, like, picking fights with people that are getting you in, like, arm bars and shit.
I got something we could talk about. Oh, go ahead.
What?
Dom's influence would stretch over Brazil. Is there a Brazil-Italian sect that he would be living
Always connected.
Yeah.
Always
He's
connected.
got somebody everywhere.
He's worldwide. Dom's international. Yeah, that's
Here we
a
go.
global brand. You know?
I got something we could talk about. How do you feel about fire alarms going off in the team hotels? The week of
I heard it was
Super
6
Bowl.
a.m. The Niners. Fire alarm.
But 6 a.m. What time is that? Oh,
That could totally. That's like when they used to knock on your door at 5:15 for a drug test when you're trying to sleep till 6:45.
how big
for
of a
camp.
deal? How big of a
It's
deal
a
is
huge
it?
deal,
Big deal.
in my opinion.
Like, but not like a couple of
Disruptive.
days. But like that much that it's like, oh, if we lose, it's because the fire alarm went off.
Now I do. No. Now
So like, why bring it up? Why even like?
you brought it up.
Christian McCaffrey taled about it.
Okay. Because it is disruptive.
Look, I think that the Niners are a little bit disgruntled overall about, you know, it's a cumulative effect, okay? The fire alarm, the practice facilities,
Yeah.
having to relocate, having to practice in the mornings.
He said it doesn't matter.
Which is something that they haven't had to do. I don't think it matters to the point where it's going to have a severe impact on the game. But, like, there's so much shit going on in media week, in Super Bowl week with the media, with the change in schedule, all the fucking dog and pony show that comes with the Super Bowl, combined with everything being in Vegas. It's just another added annoyance, for the team, which I'm sure it sounds like they're frustrated coming out of their camp. And it's just one of those things where it's like, fuck, man, we can't even fucking sleep in past 6 a.m. because people are pulling these fire alarms, you know? I can see as a player, I'd be incredibly frustrated with that.
Yeah, but, you know, according to you guys, it doesn't matter at all.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that the grass is all fucked up, or you practice all season at 2:00 and now you do it at 9 a.m. Like,
but
players have complained about it.
Okay, but my
I
thing
heard
is
yesterday. Hold on,
okay.
I heard yesterday that somebody said, Nate, that this was the most tired they looked like out on the practice field, like guys that were sleepwalking out there. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good thing to hear.
So, but my thing is with that whole situation, who's to blame for that? Like, that's
The
not
NFL.
That's okay. It's like it's not Kansas City's fault or the other team's fault. Like in the facilities
Well,
that they picked, or like what's the who are you mad at, or how does this get better if they decide to have another Super Bowl here? And like this, because it would seem like
It's the logistics.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, where's this team practicing? Where's this team practicing? You know, like, do we have a backup plan? All that shit. And I don't know what goes into it from, like, you know, whoever for the Eagles would be setting that up. You know, head coach is involved. I'm not saying it has anything to do with Shanahan or the organization. But, you know, you show up expecting something.
But, like, they don't have someone
totally
that, like, so from, like, last week, they didn't have anyone that's coming to scout the fields or the practice. Hey, we're, like, the equipment people, don't they come early to set up
I think
and things like that? That's
they
what
go out early and they made
think-
changes.
Oh, okay.
But the changes are kind of wacky. Now they're practicing and sharing the facility, right?
Okay.
With the Chiefs, which totally throws off their schedule.
Okay.
And you know how routine-oriented we are? I think
Sudden change,
it
yo. Gotta be ready
matters.
for sudden
I don't know how
change.
much it matters, but it
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know that we'll ever know how much it matters. Because I think the game's going to go the way the game's going to go either way, too.
Yep.
I think the Chiefs, personally, like, listen, Niners have been awesome this year, but I will say this. They haven't started fast over the last 2 weeks in the playoffs. If you don't do that against the Chiefs, this version of the Chiefs, which I think we're seeing, a locked-in version, well-rested, 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, give Andy Reid that time. If you don't start fast, it could be tough.
I think if Christian McCaffrey doesn't have 4 touchdowns, I feel like that's the only way San Fran wins. Because like you said, if they start fast and they get him going early, first half, if he finds a way to get in the end zone 1 or 2 times, and then it's up in the air for the rest of the game. But like you said, like they're a team that definitely they pick it up in the second half, but that's not going to work against Mahomes.
Well, it's funny because before the playoffs, you were like, they can't come back when they're down. And then they
did it.
Yeah, they got that off their back.
Yeah. But you can't do that shit against Mahomes.
You can't play games.
Yeah.
Because you lost that last Super Bowl. They were up 20-10, what, with 7 minutes to go. Like, crazy.
Brutal.
You know, like, those are games you have to win with that D-line, with that defense, with the skill they have. So Mahomes is dangerous. He's never out of it. And I think we're a little redundant here. Talked about this breakdown the other day, but I think the run game is going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you were saying. If the 49ers can get out early, they have such a good run game, then they can control the clock, control the game, try to keep the ball away from Mahomes and keep the Chiefs' offense off the field. I don't know, man. Like, I really think the Chiefs are going to win. Also, like, the Chiefs they haven't been great all year, but they've been great in 2023 when it counts, which is the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whereas the Niners, like, they have started slow, and they haven't looked great at times. They kind of struggled early against Green Bay. So it's going to be a very interesting game, man. I really like the Niners, but I just think the Chiefs have been there
could go
before.
either way, but
and
I
it feels
like
like all the momentum is in favor of Kansas City. It's going to be a good game.
Do we know if Kadarius Toney is playing yet?
Well, Chris talked to Andy Reid yesterday.
50-50.
Because honestly, I feel like if he does play, I don't know why I feel this way, but he's either gonna catch the game-winning touchdown, or he's gonna drop another big one.
It's going to be some grand
either
entrance.
Or. It's either or. It's either or.
You know that meme of that singer getting shot from under the stage, out onto the stage?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that's going to be Kadarius Toney tomorrow night in a huge situation. He's just going to show up. Is he going to catch the ball? Is he going to drop the ball? Is he going to fumble the ball? I don't know. It's either going to be great or terrible. If
You know
he's
what
on
I was
the
thinking
field.
about right now?
What?
Like those players on the team that maybe is a special team guy that probably doesn't know until today if they're going to play or not. I wonder how that feels, like coming into Super Bowl week. You know, like during the week, like regular weeks, it's like, like I might play this week, I might not play this week. Obviously, everyone wants to play this week. Like regardless when it's during the season, you know you get paid. Yeah, it sucks I didn't get to play this week, whatever. But when it comes to the Super Bowl, like I don't know if you guys remember like any guys, like any like the younger guys or guys on the fringe, like is it something where they're just going extra hard that week, or like what is it for some of the third string guys that might not get a chance to suit up?
I think it's tough because like at this point in the year the rosters are pretty set, you know what I mean? Like there's not going to be a whole lot of shuffling at the end of the roster. So I think those guys generally know. The bigger question is, you know, there's guys where you're not really there, you know, maybe they're coming back from an injury, you know what I mean? And they haven't dressed. Like I'm thinking of Joe Tooney. It says that he's a long shot to play. Personally, I don't think he will. But like a situation like that where a guy's been rehabbing.
If he gets up, someone has to get out.
Exactly, which is an interesting dynamic if you kind of filled in for a guy who's been injured, and then, you know, in the Super Bowl, like, he ends up being healthy just because you have more time to kind of prep for that.
That's a tough mental spot because you want to play, and especially if you've been playing decent and you didn't do anything to warrant you maybe not getting more playing time. But if a starter is coming back, you kind of know in football it's like they're going to give him a shot, like, to get back. But if it's a situation where you don't have the chance to even be on the field because of the space issues, that's a tough spot to be in for a guy.
But to answer your question, Nate, I think for the most part, guys who aren't playing, they know. Like, I don't think, you know, there's not necessarily going to be any surprises. Coaches don't like to play games when it comes to the Super Bowl.
This week,
They want their guys to be ready, to feel prepared, to know if they're going to be up or not, and if they're going to be in the game, so you can get the best performance out of them. So, personally, I think that those players who are, like, on the edge of the roster know whether or not they're dressing.
Yeah. I remember a crazy story. Shout out to Tyquan Underwood, where he played wide receiver, I think when he was on the Pats. I think the night before the game, someone tweaked their ankle that was like a long snapper. And so because of that reason, they had to take like another old lineman off the practice squad. And he was the guy that got picked that had to get bumped out, mainly because they needed a backup long snapper just in case. And I think about situations like that.
Well,
and
you
like,
never know when a coyote attacks.
Wait, so was that was a player? So that was a, like,
they never got a confirmation.
That's what I was about to say.
I'm going to find out who it was.
So, like, these coyotes, you think they tried to, like, they feed them and get a
they tried
nice
to run
video?
up on this guy, whoever it was. I think it was Young Joker. Kadarius Toney. That's my theory. It's my fan theory. It's a
bit in his hand.
I don't know what he was up to, but he was like, I bet he was in Lake Las Vegas just hanging out.
I just think about, wasn't it a coyote in that viral video when that guy's coming out his garage and it's like it bites like his wife and he grabs? Wasn't it like a small coyote?
Yeah.
Those are scary.
Because you don't want to get bit because they could have rabies.
Rabies, hell yeah. You gotta get a big.
You get
needle.
a case of rabies and you miss the Super Bowl because of rabies.
Could you imagine?
What if? Hold on a minute, player. Hold on a minute, player. Get your players bit by coyotes so they get fucking crazy. You know the way the rabies makes people crazy? And then you just...
Rabid.
Just like 28 days later kind of
shit. You know,
shit.
Coaches are like, I want you out there like a bunch of rabid dogs.
Could you imagine Pacheco? Could you
Pacheco
imagine Pacheco running with white foam coming out of his mouth?
He probably already does run with foam coming out of his mouth, bro. The way he runs, just angry at the ground. You know?
It could have been an intentional bite.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been a situation where you just walk into a coyote.
And they'll look like zombies running. Like you know when zombies like end up, they just start, when they lock in and they target, and then they start that run. That's how everyone will be.
The movie 28 Days Later? It's one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Christian McCaffrey, bit by a coyote, out there foaming at the mouth.
Just running on all fours.
People are afraid to tackle the guy.
Man.
Honestly, this could be the next thing.
Yeah, it's like the
willingly getting rabies. You're gonna have guys failing rabies tests.
It's like the enhanced games that they just announced.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
How many roids would you do?
Bro,
and get in that?
I don't need that shit.
Would you do a bunch of roids and get in that? Oh, you don't need it.
Come on.
I just want to know why they have ping pong in the enhanced game. Like,
no,
who's taking
bro? It's gonna
Adderall.
That is
I can
enhancement.
imagine
That is
a lot of
enhancement.
Adderall might.
Hey, all I need is an Adderall and a Cialis, bro, and I'm good to go. Like, that's my enhanced games.
Wow.
Yo, just don't end up like Lamar Odom, bro. That was the combo.
Wow.
They found him in the brothel.
Yeah, that'll do it for you.
Wow. Wow.
Gotta chill out.
Damn, son, where'd you find that one?
Find
That's how you know I need to get the fuck out of Vegas, Chris.
Hold on a minute, player. I got guys on the show talking about dick pills and
No, it's just a
Lamar
it's just a performance
callbacks.
enhancer, you know?
like that too soon, too close.
No, your co-host is famous for saying that. Your other co-host, Chad Ochocinco, that he popped Viagra before games because
I
it
was
gets
talking
the
about-
blood
yeah.
flow going.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Maybe that's why.
What if players are like in 2030? They're like, oh, I got a whole routine. I got chiropractic. I have dry needling. I get bit by a fucking coyote, and
then I take my boner pill.
then I take a
I'm ready to go.
Cialis.
Ready
I
to
got
go.
everything.
Yeah.
Stand-up ends might be teetering the line for offsides a lot if that happens.
Stand up.
Neutral zone
That's
infraction.
crazy. That's crazy. That'd be the ultimate tush push with
Black stand-up ends.
Foles.
Black stand-up ends, Chris.
What'd you say?
Black stand-up ends.
Saying that white people have small dicks.
It's a joke.
You put us in tough situations when you say things like that because you either got to defend yourself vehemently and nobody wants to walk around talking about their piece,
No.
or you got to
I
be
know.
like, yeah, we're all like this. Reed, what else?
The chat wants to know from Beau a post-Outback Bulls.
Oh.
Didn't you play in that game with JJ? Was it JJ
No, that
and,
was-
and
that was-
Michigan?
That was my senior year. Outback Bowl. I think it was in Orlando, man. 2013. We lost the game. I didn't win a single bowl game in college. We went to the Rose Bowl 2011
Nice.
against TCU. We lost that. We went to the Rose Bowl in 2012. One of the best football teams I've ever been on. We had Russell on the team.
What about your stats, though? Did you play well in those games? Like good stats?
I played good, yeah.
I
Sacks?
feel like he's inciting you.
What?
No, I'm
I think
not.
he's inciting you.
I lost the only bowl game I went to, the Gator Bowl.
Hey, the only stat that
Yeah, I didn't
matters.
even look. 'Cause
Personally,
I
I
was
don't-
so mad about that game.
I don't care about how, like, bro, you're a fucking interior defensive lineman. You just want to get the win, man.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
can play great in a win and have zero stats. You know what I mean?
So
Anyway,
he had one tackle and 2 pressures, just like me late
Look
in
it
my
up.
career in the playoffs.
I know I had a TFL on a screen against
Ooh.
Stanford in the Rose Bowl. Played good against Oregon. Anyway, we lost Oregon the Rose Bowl, which is a fucking waste because we had a great team at Wisconsin. Then we lost to Stanford, and then my senior year we lost to South Carolina in the Outback Bowl, and then we went out. I mean, we went out pretty hard.
Who
after
asked?
that. It was
Who asked
fun.
this question? I think that's an op in the chat.
I
I think they purposely asked that because they wanted you to go through that, and that's fucked up.
Hey,
I
won one bowl game though, Super Bowl.
I got a Champ Sports.
exactly.
I got what bowl is this again? Outback.
Outback.
I got a Florida Bowl story.
Gator
It's the
Bowl.
bowl that we didn't even go to. We got into the Champ Sports Bowl my freshman year in Orlando. The AD at the time, or the powers that be, decide because we have an exam that week, or it's exam week, we can't go to that. We can't go to that bowl. We're going to Boise. Could have been in
Blue field.
Could have
You
been in
play- oh, you
Orlando.
played on that blue field?
I played on the. Well, I didn't play. I just stood there watching the upperclassmen get abused by like Logan Mankins and shit. We played Fresno State.
Oh, shit.
And we got up big, and then they fucking came back and beat us. Al Groh, the head coach, said he was like gonna light the bowl gear on fire. Like like didn't even come to the party. Like it was the worst trip ever, dude.
Wow.
Could have been in Orlando. We played in Jacksonville for the Gator Bowl.
Yep.
Another worst experience ever because we lost
Yeah, we
to
did
Texas
lose.
Tech and Mike Leach.
Yeah.
In the last seconds.
Crabtree caught an amazing touchdown on the side of his ankle, which I still think was out of bounds.
Let's
On
go
our-
back and review that so we
Yeah.
can right that wrong.
Yeah, I know. Like, it was a crazy, unreal game. Like, our starting quarterback gets hurt for one play in this game. Our backup quarterback, who at the time wasn't really focused on football too much, he gets in.
Look at you kid gloving him.
Fumbles on a screen pass, bro.
Why do you always kid glove him?
Kid glove?
Yeah, it means like, you know how you're really tough on every player in the NFL, but you kid glove
Because it's a long time ago, and it's like, I'm not going to kick someone's back in now. Like, he knows what's up. Bro, this kid, to put in context, when he didn't think he was getting in this game, and you remember when the eye black stickers was cool and writing on them, he had smoke spliffs on his eye black. White quarterback.
Oh, that's funny.
Now I
See, look.
now I
that's
smoke
funny.
spliffs.
That's funny.
But you'll
it's
never
not
see me do some shit like
It's not
that.
funny when you're kind of the reason you lose a bowl game
Anyways.
after a
Bro,
month
that's
of
hate.
hard
That's
practicing.
hate. That's
Nah,
hate, bro.
it's
I
not.
can't believe you would do that to him. That's hate.
That's funny though. Smoke spliffs.
That's hate.
I'm gonna come out for a pod with that written on my eye black.
Smoke
But the
spliffs.
best,
Smoke
oh yeah, and then that's the trip where I wasted my entire per diem on that beautiful stripper.
This
D.
is the best story, dude. And her
D,
family.
D was amazing. I ended up getting D tickets to the Gator Bowl game. Finesse extra tickets I asked someone for tickets, and it was a good time. That was a good
What was
week.
her best personality quality?
Bro, she was making me laugh, yo. It's the it's the laughing shit. And she was cool.
Yeah.
She was just like, oh, look at this college kid, so green.
Yeah.
And I was.
Here's
But-
my per diem.
The one that got away.
Hey, take it.
What do you think she's doing now?
No idea.
She's probably in the chat
She's
right
probably
now.
going to Gator Bowls every
probably
year.
watching the live stream,
She's
bro.
an annual Gator Bowl. We're going to see an Outside the Lines one day on this lady who's been to 47 Gator Bowls. And it's pictures of her and her kids who are now grown. And they're at a Gator Bowl in
That's
like
probably
20.
a crazy market to get the Gator Bowl holes.
No,
yo.
I just think, yeah. I just
or
think,
no, bowl game.
I
just
think,
bowl game.
I don't think you're the first guy
facility.
that got her tickets.
Oh, no. I wonder. Yeah, probably not. Odds are probably not. Because if you have a type, is a type.
Yeah.
And I just feel like as a whole, this sucks to say this, but football players, we're suckers. When it comes to sex workers and things like that, I
Jesus.
think out of the athletes, footballs are the biggest suckers.
You think?
Yeah. Basketball guys have way more money, like this, like as a whole,
Yes.
like collective.
I didn't
for how
have on the
many there are.
rundowns sex worker naivete hot power rankings, dude.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
He's incredible.
I'm just saying.
You know, who would be the other end of the spectrum
For
sports? Like who are smart, who stay out of the stripper activity. What sport is that?
golf.
No.
I don't think any sport stays out. I just think there's different sports that go about it better. I think because some of the baseball guys get paid so much, they can go about it better.
I don't think NASCAR. It's all lot
Maybe
lizards.
F1 guys.
Yeah.
A lot of international stuff.
No, I feel like they've got some sketchy stuff going on when they touch down wherever they touch down.
I feel like everyone does, yo.
Dude,
Pickleball players.
all right.
The worst offenders.
Give us another question from the chat.
Nate, run us through the buffet. Everybody wants to know about the buffet, what
No,
the best
really, I wanna
moves
know the
are.
buffet.
Nate's got the buffet on lock here at the Wynn.
Guys, the buffet is amazing. And this week,
Somebody needs to get in line for the buffet for after the show.
Seriously.
Seriously, 'cause you know what's gonna happen.
No, you guys missed. You missed your reservation. You missed the reservation, guys. Missed it.
That's hate.
Now the line is out the door. It's
That's
out the door.
literally
No
trying to
ube
combat.
banana French toast for you guys. No, the buffet here is top notch. It's amazing. I was very disappointed in Beau, who only got a toasted bagel and a little bit of lox and some capers. I don't even know if he got capers.
Oh, I
or
got
not.
capers.
Did you get capers?
Yeah, I had a nice toasted everything bagel, perfectly crisp. Then I had a big fat glob of cream cheese, sprinkled on top some capers, a lot of
At a
smoked
buffet.
salmon, and a bunch of onion.
Guy got Bodos at a buffet.
I'm not a
Can't do
buffet
that.
guy. Buffets are fucking gross, man. I'm just gonna
Oh,
say it.
what?
Yeah,
Not
sorry.
This
here,
one.
bro.
Not at the Wynn. We love the Wynn and we love the sports book. It's amazing. The buffet here is top of the line. Typically, I'm just not a buffet guy. That's all I'm saying.
This
Nate.
buffet is the Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman of
Yes.
the
The
subcategory
crown
we were
jewel,
just talking
the
about.
shining star.
Yes.
Buffet's great.
Another
Oh,
sex worker reference.
You know what I want to
Yeah.
talk about for a second?
See if you're awake.
Yeah.
Bo,
Barely.
let me tell you. We get on the elevator after we get into the club last night, and we stood in the elevator with single-handedly one of the biggest human
was huge.
beings
Really?
I've ever been next to in my
Was it
entire
Shaq?
life. No. Like, this dude, he wasn't as tall as Shaq, but he was probably a clean 6'4", 6'5",
Clean 6'6", 6'7".
but wide,
up?
wide,
Took
bro.
up the whole
Like,
elevator.
wide, and looked solid. Bro,
Nice.
I could not, when we were in the elevator, he got in between our group, like split our group up, and I could not see if Chris and the other people in the group were on the elevator. This is how big this guy
mountain.
was.
Continental divide. This guy
Was he a player? Or?
No
Like, we
idea.
don't know.
Didn't
I don't
want to make
think
eye
so.
contact.
Yeah.
I don't make eye contact
Hey.
with people that, I'm pretty sure could beat me up at 3 in the morning.
You think bigger guys who have no association with sports get fucking pissed off at people assuming that if you got to play a sport, right? You think they get pissed off?
I think it's all how you ask.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, yo, you got to play, or
Well, I can't ask the question for you. You got to feel out the situation, If
Yeah.
you just walk up and cut somebody off on the way to the bathroom in a nightclub and you're like, you played ball. Like, I would want to just... Because it sucks when you're a player. This is my least favorite way that somebody comes up to you is like, who are you?
Yeah.
I know you're somebody. Who are you?
Who are you?
I want to, imagine.
It's a lose-lose situation
Like-
for you. What the fuck are you supposed to say?
Bro, that's the rudest way to come up to somebody.
Agreed.
So what if someone came up to you and was like, yo, Max Crosby, what up, Crosby? Can I get a picture?
I'd take the picture
Yo,
and laugh.
Cassius Marsh.
Just like you would LeGarrette Blunt. And like when people come up to you, it's like, for people at home, Nate, if you haven't heard this, like Waste Management last year, dudes were coming up to him left and right. LeGarrette. I'm a huge Eagles
I'm a
fan.
huge
I'm
Eagles
such a big Eagles fan. I think you're LeGarrette Blunt. This is embarrassing.
So funny. Bro, like, I just want to see those people's faces when they realize they have that picture and they think it's LeGarrette Blunt, and then when they show it to someone who really knows and it's just like, that's not fucking LeGarrette Blunt. Like, I want to see
That's
the
what I
reaction.
would want to do with the Max Crosby thing. Just met Max Crosby smoking a cigarette outside the Wynn at 4 in the morning. Shows that, no, that's not Max Crosby.
That's not Max Crosby.
No. We did see Max at Radio Row. Anyways, we have 9 minutes remaining.
So we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but we're at the Wynn Sportsbook. What Super Bowl prop bets and fun prop bets, Gatorade color
Gatorade.
stuff, that you're going to put in at the Sportsbook here in a minute right after we get off? What are your, locks? Sports
I'll start.
prop
So
locks.
I feel very confident. The other day we were at Radio Row. We were there all week. There was this crew of Air Force mechanics rolling around. They're rolling kind of deep. And then in front of them, some very sharply dressed, striking pilots. I saw 3 pilots. The line is set at 4.5 for the flyover, which is interesting because it's a fucking dome, right? Anyway, not to get into that.
Do you think those guys were the guys?
Oh, they were the guys. So I'm going under 4.5.
No,
for
there were also
flyover
like
planes.
7 of them the first run through. Like there were
Yeah,
7.
but it's
'Cause
smoke
I
and
was-
mirrors, bro. The
Yeah.
Army, it's just disguising tactics, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Sun Tzu and shit. Never
Yep.
let the enemy know what you're doing.
Know
Art
thyself.
of war. So
If
I'm
you know
going
the
under
enemy, you know
4.5.
thyself. You shall not feel the result of 1,000 battles. Bro.
Preach, brother.
All the coaches know Sun Tzu.
So that's my prop lock. Under 4.5 for the flyover. I'm also feeling orange Gatorade. Don't ask me why. I'm just kind of feeling that.
Yeah, orange, because Andy Reid's impersonator said orange. But I also think red.
Okay.
Like, why not? If he retires, if Andy Reid retires or
You know
something.
what I'm thinking about doing?
What?
Putting in a no touchdown scored bet. What if this Super Bowl is just a bunch of field goals and safeties, guys? Wouldn't that
Do
be
it.
great?
What do you think it pays?
30,000 to 1, maybe.
All right, once that hits, you can get us a PJ down to Brazil, brother. 'Cause
Brazil.
I'll tell you, that's simply not going to happen.
The only way that happens is if both quarterbacks get food poisoning and the bus breaks down to the game.
Yeah.
They're gonna,
Imagine like a 5-3 Super Bowl between the two most high-powered.
I just got a little tingle thinking about betting that college basketball game up there. I
Hey,
haven't done it yet.
This is what I was thinking about, Chris. Remember the last time we were at the lovely Wynn Sportsbook for the show last year with Sam Bradford.
Oh, the Buffalo Minnesota
Vikings
game.
Yes, how fucking electric that was.
That was the
end of
greatest
that
game ever.
That was so fun. That was awesome.
Dude, it was like if somebody was like, "Hey, explain all the swings in that game," towards the end, I don't even think I could put it in order.
It was,
it was
incredible.
like you had the 3rd and 17.
Yep.
You had the botch snap.
Exactly.
And insane. And I thought all week that Josh Allen was hurt, so I bet the fuck out of the Vikings. And then as it got closer, it became apparent that we were wrong. And it was my worst nightmare. But the Vikings covered that day.
The Vikings came through.
Yeah. So.
But that was my first Wynn Sportsbook experience. It was a fucking good one.
This is also the place that I got down so bad with Sam one year that I was betting Flames totals, NHL totals. I was sitting in here. Sam's like, "What you on?" I'm like, "Calgary, over."
The Flames.
He's like, "Holy shit,
The Flames.
you're in a bad way."
Tough.
But betting hockey, low
Is
key,
fun.
is electric. It is like,
Because of empty nets.
but bro,
It's the most fun 5 minutes in
but
gambling.
tracking the puck is so hard. Like I want to know, like I don't know, like the announcers for hockey when they're in the stadium. Is it like football? Like you know how like the football announcers they can see the screen, but like they're watching the game physically, like from the booth.
Oh, yeah.
And how do you see that fucking puck like right away when it like gets in?
They know what the players are doing, and they can see the puck because the arenas aren't that big.
Yeah.
You know, like, so yeah, hockey's awesome to watch live, like in person.
My favorite
No,
sport
yeah,
to
no,
watch.
no. I've seen
And it's a big
live
man
is
sport
fun.
because it's cold in there. Like, you can wear whatever you want. You're not going to sweat. You know, it's like the ice is right there. It's nice for us. But I think hockey announcers are some of the best in sports. Because think about having to follow that much action.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you said it. It's a little puck. All right, well, a couple more questions for the chat here. And then I'm probably going to find a hamburger.
Yeah.
Our buddy Spencer, the homie Spencer, he said someone needs to know the Usher opening song.
Oh.
We got to get to that inside info from
Loving this club.
Yeah.
You guys think?
Yeah.
I think, like I said, a rendition of "Nice and Slow." He gonna come out 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in, and then it's gonna be like doom doom.
You could be a halftime show producer.
I could try.
Who's going to be our surprise act? Let's design a halftime.
If I did a halftime show, it's probably gonna be Drake. You're not gonna like it. It's gonna be Drake.
This week of all weeks?
It's gonna be Drake,
It's interesting.
Kanye.
Drake's on your mind this week.
It's gonna be Drake, Kanye West, and 50. All three of them. And and melodies, and they just got to work it out. Work it out with songs, put it together.
Drake, Kanye, and 50. Floating stage, like what are the visual effects?
50's going to coming down, hanging, he's going to parachute in.
50 has to do the go the upside down, the go shorty.
Yeah.
Gotta drop him.
I don't know if he's built like that anymore, brother.
And then Kanye, it's just gonna be a surprise for everybody what Kanye's doing.
No one knows
No
what
sound
Kanye's
check
doing.
for him, just let him go.
How about Men at Work? They show up and sing Land Down Under. Guy like rappels in. I don't know. I think it'd be funny as fuck if they were like surprise guest one year and they cashed in on all the hype.
Yeah.
Like people are guessing who it is.
random band.
Bro, it's like not even a memorable band. It's like Super Drag from the 90s or something.
Or they switch it up. What if halftime show, they just put a comedian out there to do a set?
Oh.
Like instead of singing, how about that?
Make it good. Monster truck rally.
Bro,
And the field's all fucked up, and then Dr. Fax is like,
yo,
this doesn't matter.
Let Nitro Circus do a set, bro. You ever see Nitro Circus?
Most extreme
Nitro
elimination
Circus,
challenge.
Nitro Circus as a yes, 1,000%. You see Travis Pastrana and 30 dudes ripping dirt
Well, Jesus,
bikes?
Reed, where you been? Fucking in the pocket. It's nice to hear you. Fucking guys over here.
That's a great idea.
Nitro Circus will be lit. Watch a guy potentially break his neck doing
sword swing.
flips on
Circus
a
people.
dirt bike, bro.
Circus people. Barnum and Bailey. Elephants.
Hell yeah.
Men at work.
Oh no, you can't. The reason why you can't do a circus, Pete'll be on full blast with the commercials already.
Oh yeah.
during
I'm
the
surprised
Super
they're
Bowl.
not mad about the
You can't-
Clydesdale commercials.
Yeah, you can't do you can't have the elephants out there for that.
I gotta tell you, PETA's not doing a very good job, are they? I think that's what it comes down to. Seriously, there's a lot of I was reading the leading animals that get
crazy
eaten.
hill to die on.
There's a
Crazy.
ton. There's a ton of animals getting eaten, not just in America, other countries. There's animals you're not even thinking about that are getting eaten.
Speaking of
So
that,
PETA, I would go over there and
speaking of that,
go what?
the steak I had the other night, Oscar style in here with some lump crab meat and béarnaise sauce.
Yeah.
It's fucking elite. Elite. Matt had the nerve to ask me if I could eat an 18-ounce steak. And I feel like I inhaled it. That shit was so good.
Speaking of this, I was thinking about you because Stephen A. answered that question about somebody eating a tomahawk steak in the shower. Did you see this? Oh, it is brilliant.
I would definitely
The
do
mailbag
that if it's good
question
enough.
is this guy, and he's got a picture. He's like, hey, Stephen A., are you against eating in the shower? It feels like you might be against eating in the shower. The picture's like a guy's hand holding a tomahawk steak in the shower, and Stephen A. goes for like a minute on it.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't like eating dry-ass steak. Here, he's like, I don't like water in my steak. Ever think about that? It's like anything he does is funny on that podcast to me.
It's so funny. That and then the Pokemon. Someone asked him the Pokemon question, and I just watched that over.
Yeah.
What starting Pokemon he would pick, and him just saying the names is comedy.
Bulbasaur. He said, now he can do multiple things. He can fly. He can get low.
We see Stephen A.
Yo,
Stephen A. was moving
We saw him,
through
and I
the
just give him
crowd.
salutes. I don't even need to meet Stephen A.
I'm not gonna lie. Kind of like the older celebrities, they had like the best entourages. Then they had
saw Mark
security.
Davis.
They had security with them. And low key, I'm not gonna lie. Your dad needed security. Your dad is a superstar.
No, he's like
and that's
the Locks, bro.
It's cool to see in a setting like this because I don't really get to see that.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that were really, really locked in to get a picture or wait to talk to your dad. I was like, dang. I was like, Big Howie's a real big celebrity.
Well, he's this tall.
Yeah.
And his hair is there's only one guy.
Iconic.
It's like, and he's huge. He's still huge.
Still a big man.
So let's give love to everybody in
Is
the
Kelsey
chat.
stealing Dad's haircut as
Yes.
time
Oh
goes
my
on?
God.
I told him the other day when we were on New Heights that he should rock the flat top. He said he can't do it. No one can pull that shit off, man. Just Howie.
He's definitely gonna. Oh my God, he's trying to erase Howie Long. To become the
They
next
already
Howie
gave
Long.
him the fade, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
What do you
thanks
also
to
show
the
love
chat.
to?
We love everybody. Thanks for being here. How much fun do we have courtesy of the win this week?
Dude, there's no better place. I'm talking about. I'll wander around this lobby till 7 a.m. It's one of my favorite
yes.
pastimes.
People
Getting out of
watching.
the noisy club wherever you are, getting back in here, the bright lights, somebody's playing craps, yelling,
Celebrities.
celebrities.
Russell Wilson and Sierra walked through here. 21 Savage.
21,
Jay-Z.
21. Yeah,
Like, this is the spot.
You doxed Jay-Z, bro.
So?
He was trying to just have a good time.
Yo, he's running the Super Bowl halftime show. Of course he's here.
Yeah, but you need to dox
Of course he's
him.
here.
Well, it's a live show. We can't.
But it's
going
lit
back.
that the Wynn is the spot.
Room 723, Jay-Z. At the Wynn. He's
Hell
staying
no.
in the encore.
Hell no, that's way too close to the club.
joking.
By the way, my room's been vibrating the past 2 days thanks to Shaq's Funhouse or whatever it is.
I told him when I checked in, I was like, I'll take as far away from the nightclub as possible. So, but this place is awesome. We've always stayed here legit. Had a great week. Shout out to all the people at the Wynn and the folks at Sportsbook hooking this up. We stumbled down here all hungover, and there was like a TV set out of the blue. So
amazing.
And one more time, a big thank you to the Green Light team. These guys knocked it out of the park this week.
Yeah.
We had a great trip. Cowboy Reed, Aiden, the whole gang, Scott, and
Nolan,
the power
Ralph,
players, man.
Ryan.
Dominated. Noel, thank you.
Way to battle through, boys.
Fellas,
We've got some
Ralph.
great content coming out all week. It's
Ralph
Monday.
was getting us into clubs that I didn't even know I had clout like
Ralph
that.
was point man everywhere.
Yeah,
We'll be
so-
live on Monday, 1 p.m. usual Super Bowl recap. Make sure you tune in for that.
And I want to thank Kingston for being a degenerate gambler all week and sitting at the poker tables till 9 in the morning on a daily basis.
Bo, flash that stack, Bo. Come on,
Don't
contact,
dox me.
flash that
Don't
stack.
dox me.
Take care, everybody.
All right, wave.
Bye now.